Hello, Civic students. Another project coming your way. This one is all about voting rights. So the rubric that we're using is called Problem Solving Effectiveness, and it is really thinking about social and political problems and how people are addressing them. And so thinking specifically about voting access, you are going to take some time to think about what is the problem? What are some barriers to voting? Why do these barriers exist? And you can answer those questions using resources in this Pear Deck. Each Pear Deck slide has a number on it, so you can just cite your source using the number on the slide. You're welcome to use more than one slide to answer the questions and just kind of put some bullet points here as you're looking through the resources. But so that step is really to familiarize yourself with the issue and the history of voting access. And this last space is just a place to put any questions or thoughts on information that surprised you or made you want to learn more. Then you're going to read two pretty short articles from NPR about basically how the Voting Rights Act of 1965 has been dismantled by these two Supreme Court cases over the past 10 years. And so all this information you can find across these two articles, but I did link the OIA website for both of these cases in case you want to get a little bit more in depth. So you're going to write about what the impact was of the Voting Rights Act, then about how these two cases have dismantled the parts of the Voting Rights Act that were quite successful at increasing access to voting. Then there are some new bills that are talked about in Article 2. And so I want to know how those new bills would improve voting access if they're passed. And then how you're going to get to that 3, to that evaluate section, is answering if you think that they would successfully restore voting access and sort of what is your take on the situation. So this will be partly opinion, but also, using information from the sources to support your opinion. The last step is to propose your own policy related to voting rights. So there's a question about, given that neither bill has passed, what do you suggest voting rights activists do in the meantime? And then what do you propose as a solution or policy idea? There's also this optional step 4 of designing a visual to represent your policy idea. It just didn't feel projecty enough without some kind of visual. And so I added that to the end in case you get really into it. No pressure. Your response here will be plenty for assessing your ability to propose ideas based on social and political problems. So hope you have fun with this. This is definitely, voting rights are super important. It is how citizens interact with the government and have power in decision making. So I hope you find it meaningful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to work on this with you.